welcome back to the channel. So today, I don't know where I'm going with this. Several things I want to do and don't know what I have the time for or the supplies for or anything else, but damn it, I'm going to do something today. So y'all stay tuned and let's see what we can get into. So one of the issues with these trucks is ground issues. Now there is a ground that goes to the hood, and that I'm told if that ground is bad, that you can have radio interference and things like that. I don't know how true that is, but I was trying to figure out why this light right here wasn't working, and I traced the wire down, and this was broke, this ground, which got me on the ground search. So this is your main ground to the back. I'm told on newer ones that you have a ground on this side, and I can't see where you would put a ground at on this one, so I don't think this one came with one on this side. But what I always do, I did it on the Mustang, I even have a video on it, is I upgrade my ground and power wires. So they did this great job right here where they put this giant cable in here. I'm gonna say giant, it's big, okay? They've got this big power cable, but feeding it from the alternator, they have this little fusible link. Now, yes, this is a fusible link. What I replaced it with is not, but you can add an inline fuse. I've never had an issue. The fusible links on my Mustang are gone. I deleted them on my Talon. There's several, options, but basically you have all these fuses over here. So if there's an issue, this is just one more fuse that's there. I mean, I don't think you really need it. A lot of people delete them. Nobody's had an issue. I did have to hack up this a little bit to get this in. But what I did is for the power here, and I added a ground here, I used amp wire. I don't remember the size, but it's a lot bigger than stock, as you can see. Let's see if I can. So it is copper core. It's got a tin mesh on it, I think it is. It might be aluminum, I don't remember. But the power wire was rated up to, I think, 2,000 watts or something like that. I never go by that. I always cut that in half. Regardless, these are a huge upgrade to the factory little wires. I added a ground from this terminal. I added this terminal, a ground from here to the chassis, and then from here to the block. Now this is a big wire, then the big power wire. Got this ground, and then this ground is fixed. All of this is in one loom, and when I looked, all I seen was that just hanging there. There was no ground anywhere. So what I did is I got a ends and I crimped it on, and now I have a ground here. I have, like I said, the main ground there, and then I upgraded or added this ground with a big wire, added this ground to the chassis, and then you still got your factory grounds. So everything's been upgraded and added. What I have noticed is it's not still super consistent, but my oil pressure gauge used to just go crazy at idle, and now every now and then you'll get a, that's about it. It's been a lot more stable. As far as radio service, I haven't noticed a huge difference in reception, but yeah, that's going to have to be another adventure. But what I'm tracing down is my windshield wiper pump does not spray. It does not have power. When I go to the box here and I tap the fuse, it does not show that there's power at that location. So I got to figure out what is going on in that situation. I know I got all these coming up, and I've got mods in here. Somebody did the 6 high mod, which means normally you have your dim zone. When you turn to your brights, that's on. But now it's my dims, my brights, that and the fog lights are all on at one time when I go to brights. So, which is kind of needed because I'm not really a fan of this scattered here. But yeah, that's as far as I go with the ground situation here, and we'll figure out what's going on from there. But I did want to just cover a quick basis on these ground locations and upgrading and added grounds. Like I said, you can never have too many grounds, and I did it on my Mustang. Huge improvement. I was going through alternators like crazy, and after I did what they call the big 3 upgrade, after I did that, I haven't had any issues with the alternator. So again, chassis, battery, block, factory to block, and then from chassis to hood. So. Alright guys, just got off of work. Came home to a nice little package from Amazon that I got not too long ago. This is a rubber eraser wheel, and what I plan on doing with it, it seems to be what people are using to, when they take off the trim, the glue that's left behind, this eraser wheel will take it off without scratching the paint. So you can see where I'm, but it can burn through the paint. So if you leave it in one spot too long, it can burn through the paint. Now this design has the openings, so it is designed to run cooler than the original eraser wheel, which was one solid piece. So you come through, use the edge of this and go up and down on the drill. You shouldn't have a problem burning through your paint, but you can tell mine is bad. It's already peeling off, so I'm going to go ahead and just take it off, and I think it'll present a cleaner look. I do kind of like the trim, but I don't like that, and even if I taped it up there, you can see where it's just flaking off right here. So let's see what we can do. All right, so when I took this off, you can see spots all the way down. So much like the paint didn't adhere there, or maybe it pulled some of it up, or just bad area, but you can see the paint is coming up. So that's going to be a common issue. I do have color match paint. It doesn't match 100%, which makes me think that this truck was resprayed. I'll show you. So if you look closely right here, there's like a layer of paint, but then it's painted underneath that. And then somewhere around like right here, that's paint, but this paint underneath it as well. So it looks like it was repainted and kind of not very well done. So I just did it to see how it looks. Hit it, and you can tell it's taking it off, but I don't want to burn through, so I'm kind of just walking it down this way and feathering the tape out, and then walking back this way until I can start making progress. So that's all I'm going to do, is just walk it back and forth, and let's see how it goes. Well, the results are not what I was hoping for, but sometimes you get these projects where you don't really get the results you're hoping for. It could be a combination of the shitty paint job previously that I spoke about, or it could just be this cheap eraser wheel that I got off of Amazon. I will say the picture showed a yellow one and it had really good reviews. The one I got is more of a tannish color, so I don't know if something changed in the compound or what, but it's wearing down pretty thin. You can see it looks like sawdust it leaves all behind. But still, I'm gonna keep working on it and go from here. You can't even tell, there's like a dent right here. I never even noticed that before, but you can notice with the trim off. Trim had it covered up. As expected, where the paint was not sticking, it has come up, but it did not burn through in any of the spots. That was just where paint was already flaking up. I knew about beforehand after I cleaned it. So I'm gonna get this wiped down and we'll see how good of a job it actually did. So now it's sprayed down wet. You can see there's still the hard line of like blue. Right here is where the paint was not sticking. It was just on this side of the 3M tape. So I guess where all the stuff had pretty much seeped down and stopped at, that's where the paint was not sticking. So let me get this cleaned up, see how we can do. We still got to get all that, and that wheel is already running low. It's eating that wheel like candy. All right, so just want to show one more time. This is where the tape is. I don't know if y'all can see that gray, how well it's picking up. And then you can see little spots underneath the paint right here. That was all sitting underneath that strip, just going bad. All right, through camera it don't look half bad. You can definitely tell the color difference back here. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. It is sprayed down, but that is darker than that. That's quite a bit lighter. Let's see if I can zoom out a little. That right there was under, this is over, so this is darker than that, which matches the mirror more. But if you stand back and look at it, in my opinion, it don't look half bad. It's smoother. So I am going to probably wet sand that and maybe hit some touch up on it, but that's how she looks right now. So with a wet sand, it needs to be going back over, but it got a lot of the hard line out. So from a distance, I mean, you can't even hardly tell. Up close I can tell, but the plan is to get it all knocked down, run a line of tape, and try to color match this section. You won't really notice from the door down, I believe. I mean, from the belt line down. So that is the plan. It's about to pour, so I probably won't get to the other side today, but part 2 will be me pretty much masking it off and, you know, seeing how it goes. This side of the trim is in way better shape. It's not coming up, but it is cracking and turning colors in here. So I don't want it to match, so I'm definitely going to get it up on this side. It's just going to be a lot harder because, like I said, this side is adhered pretty good and I don't have any issues. But I can see where they ran that paint up all the way to the edge right there. That's going to be an issue as well. So I got this side off now, all the way down. I'm going to try a different method on this. Maybe I can get most of that off without actually needing that rubber wheel. And if it works, then I have a good comparison on 2 different methods. Alright, well, this is where I'm at now. I got to there before my second drill battery died, so I have to let them charge. I am pretty low on my eraser wheel. That's what I have left. I almost wish this was reversible, where you could put that in the middle on this side and make this the outside. I think I'm going to be able to get through the door. I mean, it wore down about half of it on this side, and I think it's going to wear it all the way down to, you know, here to get the rest of that. But I would say one of them can do both doors, especially if you get luckier than I did and have it come off easier. So this video is just more of a vlog style video. I didn't really know where I was going with anything. I decided to mess with the big 3, upgrade my ground, upgrade my power wire. That led to installing something else that I'm fixing to show y'all. And then I decided to move on to the side skirts because, you know, Amazon came today, so I might as well put that to use. But let me show you one more thing that I installed. So if you remember earlier, I ran the big power wire, big ground wire, and then you'll notice this contraption right here. Well, kind of made this bracket, set it right here. Your power's running to a fuse that goes straight to the box. The ground, sadly, all I had was some speaker wire, but it's just a little ground signal. But this is my Ugo horn. So inside, I drilled a spot here. It's kind of off-center because there's a cage in the back of this, pretty much, that you have to drill out or whatever. But momentary switch. It's pretty loud. I like it. I'm scared the crap out of quite a few people already. Didn't really show the install of that because, I mean, it's not really particular to any vehicle. You can install it anywhere. You can hear how loud it is, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's just 2 wires. I just run the power to the battery or a power source, which in this case will be on the fuse block, and then the ground is what I have switched. So it's just ground going into the one side of the switch out to a ground source in the vehicle, which in my case was I tied off the radio. So that's it. Like I said, this really didn't go anywhere today. It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but sometimes in order to have some sort of progress, you just got to get out and get with it, and it might not end up where you want it to. Sure didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but something got done, and it's going to motivate me to move on with something else, whether it's painting that lower door or figuring out what I want to do with this. Like I said, that's about it. Y'all let me know what y'all would like to see. What do y'all think? You think it looks cleaner without the trim? Of course, once it gets painted up, it'll probably look a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, that's all for today. Thank y'all for watching. This is Horseplay. Peace.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't.